What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to We the Champs. We back in here. It's your host, Jalen. We got Uncle D in the building.
What up?
Say
What up, nephew? What up, man?
What up? So, guys, we're heading into NFL Week 1. Preseason is over. Now, everybody's made all these predictions. We still going to make our predictions, but what just happened was a fantastic Week 1 of college football. Yay. Hey, bro, it was good.
It was good for you with your dogs looking good. So,
oh yeah, we out here, dog. You already know. So, our challenges haven't came up, but they're about to. Tar Heels too, man. You know, like I tell folks, I grew up a Tar Heel fan because of my pops. However, I inherited Georgia football just from being around so many Georgia fans. Like, bro, it was forced upon me, bro. It was just like, ugh. And then when I went to school, when I first went to college in Kentucky, we were watching college football in like the little lobby areas and everything, and everybody's cheering for their state. And then Georgia's on there. I'm like, this is Georgia. So that's when my true Georgia fandom started. So yeah. All right, guys.
I understand,
What's up?
That's how I fell in love with my Tar Heels, man.
Yeah.
My sister went to school in Carolina. I went to school at UNCC before they had a football team. So we were Tar Heel blue always.
Sir. Not that Duke, man. That shit ugly, bro.
Man, I'm a Christian. I can't go for no Devils, man.
The mascot is the Blue Devils, bro. How did that? I wonder how that came about.
I don't know, man. I can't even look that history up, man. I can't even rock with any.
Okay. But yeah, we about to get into it, guys. But before that, call to action real quick. Like, subscribe, and share. And we the champs. We going in. So college football, man, week one. The biggest game on Saturday afternoon. What was that game?
Colorado.
Prime time, Colorado, man. Dude, they came out and beat TCU. Like, all the haters are eating their words, man.
I mean, it's going to be a long season, but they were predicting them to win, what, 3 games?
They said like 3 or 4 games.
Yeah. So to come out and beat top 25 ranked team in your first week, yo, that's a big win. That's a big win for Coach Prime. And the way that they did it, too. They actually looked great. They made the plays when they needed to make the plays, and they looked like they were having fun. So it was
right. Looked like a good time. Yeah, so one thing in particular, so they're like, okay, you know, usually a coach's first season is it's not like they're not balling out like you think. I remember Kirby Smart first season at Georgia, they went like 8-4, I believe, and that's way under Georgia's, you know, average expectations. But that built, now they're championship powerhouse, and I believe now I don't think anybody was doubting Coach Sanders' ability to coach a football team. Now, one thing with the transfer portal, this whole team, I think they had like 75-80% of the team is transfers. Man, so all these guys are new.
Yeah, after spring ball, he let go. It was like what, 70 players after spring game?
Something like that. Or it might have been 70 players, not 70%.
Okay.
Or I mean, it could be the same thing. I don't know.
It's probably about the same thing. Either way, he rebuilt the entire program in less than a year. So, and he brought over the top talent that he had from Jackson State, who happened to lose. So they went undefeated with him for the last, 2 years? And then their first game without him, they lost. They
lost, right? They lost to Florida A&M?
Florida A&M, yeah. So they lost. Shout out to the HBCU teams. But they lost to the Florida A&M this week for the first time in 2 years that they've lost a game. Technical difficulties with landscaping day back here too.
Hey, we gotta get it handled, man. At least you were off for Labor Day, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But watch Clemson look like trash.
Bro, oh my gosh. So I took the spread. I took Clemson. I think it was minus 12.5. I'm like, all right, Clemson's back. They finished last year strong. They got their quarterback and everything. You look at their players compared to Duke's players. I'm like, Duke's not going to be better than last year.
They got Dabo Swinney as their coach.
You got Dabo, man. And what these guys did, they missed 2 kicks and they fumbled, almost gave away a fumble 6. I'm just watching this with my mouth open, like, bro, there ain't no way.
To lose opening week to Duke the way that you lost, man. So they'll probably fall out of the top 25 this week, which is.
What were they? They were 11 or 12?
Yeah, they were 11. Let me pull it up and see. Yeah, Clemson was. They're ranked number 9.
They were number 9. Damn. Yeah, I'm looking at okay. I'm looking at predictions for the new top 25, and it has them at 25 right now. But I think they're going to get bounced.
I'll be surprised if they stay in. There's no way that they could keep a ranking playing that bad. Not to say that they won't finish within the top 25 by the end of the year, because they just had so many opportunities to put points up that should be corrected. Hopefully it'll be corrected by next week, man. I can't have like the second best team, the third best team in the ACC looking that bad. That just makes it look worse for everybody else in the conference. So,
yeah, that does a lot with the power rankings and the system and everything. Yeah, so you got Clemson going down in the ACC, Duke thinking they're good.
Yeah, we can't have that.
Bro, we can't have that, bro. What
it's
the
not
hell?
Basketball season yet, man. We can't have that.
Okay. And other competition in the ACC, Florida State beat the brakes off of LSU. They took off. I mean, it was a tight game. Like I'm watching it. It's like, okay, LSU didn't capitalize. LSU did a lot of the same what Clemson did. They blew it in the red zone. I remember them going for it on 4th twice. And one time I believe they threw it. I'm like, y'all should just take a field goal. If you're not seeing, you got to have optimism on the drive. And if you're going the 4th down without the optimism, I think that's when you should just kick it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they didn't have any momentum in that game. FSU had momentum the whole game. Shout out to the Noles actually looking like a team that's back this year. Jordan Travis.
Heisman watch.
Like last season, he played really well, and this year he's a Heisman hopeful. So we'll see how he continues to progress and ball out.
Yeah, he had 5 total touchdowns. Man, it was awesome to watch. Like I said, it was tight the first half. Then they just took off. After that second, so I remember I fell asleep during halftime and woke up in the 3rd quarter. They were up by 3.
Yeah.
They scored a touchdown. Then after they scored the following touchdown, I'm like, all right, it's time for me to go to bed. Exhausted watching that one.
Yeah, there was no need. Like in a blink of an eye, the game was just out of hand. Because at the beginning, the first half, you're right, it was a close game, back and forth. Defense was playing all right, but it was definitely an offensive game.
Yeah. So yeah, FSU, they're gonna move up the ranks. Looking at some more ranking predictions. I think they come out tonight or later today. It has Florida State number 2, and I don't see why not. They took out the top, LSU was ranked number 5?
Yeah.
LSU was ranked number 5, and that was a strong, strong win. I mean, they're hopping in front of Bama, Michigan, possibly. I definitely see them being placed in the top 4, bro. But Florida State's on watch.
But you know how it is in college football rankings, man. You can win every game and drop. So we'll see how that goes when the season really starts rolling. Because the ACC as a whole, with Clemson losing, that makes the conference look a little weaker.
Yeah, it's just
that kind of sucks for Florida State.
It's like it's almost so contradictory, man. Yeah. Just the backward way it works. But I feel like the playoff committee, I feel like they just move. So you'll have your 1, 2, 3, and 4. I feel like they just swap the 2 and 3 or swap the 3 and 4 just cause.
Yeah.
Just to make it look different. Like, oh yeah, we're on a different scale. You know. But yeah, that's exciting. North Carolina getting a W against South Carolina this weekend. I actually went to that game with my pops and my other uncle.
Okay.
Yeah, that one was pretty good. Drake May was throwing darts. He's on the Heisman watch as well after a really big season.
Looking like a top 3 draft pick coming out next year, you know.
Oh, absolutely. He can move too. You know, he's not like a speed demon, but I mean, nowadays all these quarterbacks have to be able to move.
Yeah.
And one thing, the most impressive thing about North Carolina, not quite Drake May, was their defense, man.
Oh my goodness, man. After last season, their defense was atrocious. They gave up so many big plays. And Carolina's offense was amazing last year. Drake May played himself into the national conversation, but they lost so many games like at the hands of their defense. So it's great that Coach Mack was able to get a handle on that, the coordinators to actually have a defense play well in a big game. Because Spencer Rattler, people forget, like Spencer Rattler was Heisman hopeful.
Yeah, he's no scrub.
Nah, he ain't no scrub, but this is what, year 4 for him now, right? He's
an older cat.
Yeah.
He still threw for like, don't remember the exact numbers. It was like 30, 32, 39, or 32, 37 for 355 yards. Like he still put up a little bit of numbers and efficiency.
Yeah, I mean, it's good for him to be able to still salvage his career after the fallout that he had. Since he was projected to be a top 5 pick 3 years ago until he had a bad season.
He came from Oklahoma, right?
Yeah, he was the last of the air raid program.
Okay,
he was gonna ball out, but he's been able to fix his career. So hopefully, young brother gets drafted somewhere next season.
All right. Oh yeah, he'll definitely go somewhere. And this, that's just one game. That was just one game. I mean, I still felt like he played pretty decent.
Oh yeah, they didn't lose because of him. So I mean, Carolina's defense played great, and Drake May played great. So
they had 9 sacks and 16 tackles for loss. Like, bro, what? Now there was still some whiffy tackles out there, but it's college football. There's always going to be whiffy tackles.
Yeah, and that's still better than what they got last year.
Oh yeah, significantly. All right, so it looks like we've been talking about the ACC so much. Let's talk about the teams the ACC is gaining and the Pac-2. Where'd everybody go? The Pac-3?
Bro, they got purged. They call it the Great Pac-12 purge. So how are we gonna have teams on the Pacific Coast in the ACC? That's gonna be crazy to have Stanford and Cal joining the ACC. Oh, and SMU.
That is just so weird, bro. Like Atlantic Coastal, and y'all in California? What?
So for the football players, basketball players, not a big deal. They usually have commercial. They don't fly commercial, so they have the chartered flights and all that stuff. But
yeah, you're taking like 11, 12 guys, 12, maybe a few more, and then some coaches.
Yeah, but what about the people playing, the girls playing volleyball, or the people that aren't on the money making?
Bro, yeah,
that's gonna be crazy. They're flying commercial. They're flying commercial, but you're flying commercial across country. So I don't know. We'll see that.
I mean, maybe. I mean, these universities have like a bunch of money, and that's this conference realignment. That's what it's all about. Is money. Everybody's like, okay, there's more money in the Big Ten. That's what we're doing. There's more money in the SEC. That's what we're doing.
They're saying SMU isn't even receiving revenue from them for like a couple years. So
Yeah.
they're not even
Oh, who's
getting
that?
anyone.
Oh,
SMU.
SMU's in the Pac-12.
No, but ACC picked up SMU too.
Oh wow.
So they picked
Well,
up
yeah.
SMU, Cal, and Stanford.
SMU, Cal, and Stanford. Damn, bro, that is just so. There's there's no way they can like. I mean, like what you said, volleyball
Yeah.
or whatever, or
So
just think
lacrosse.
lacrosse or soccer. Like, how many matches do they have per week? Just think like maybe 2 during the season.
Yeah, those schedules are gonna be crazy. So I mean, it's money. I mean, we all know it's money. And then ACC, they don't want to be caught, with their pants down, having what the SEC try to purge Florida State or
Bro,
purge Clemson, and then not have any schools to take their place. So it is what it is right now. Everybody knows like college football is how everybody makes their money. So it is what it
as
is.
long as we still have the matchups, man, and just going to the game this Saturday, just the fandom, bro. It's just different, man. Like, but there was a fight behind me. I'm like, are y'all serious, bro?
You have to look at it like this, man. It's crazy. So Carolina, North Carolina. When I say Carolina, I'm talking about North Carolina. I usually have to specify that. North Carolina is actually further away from Charlotte than South Carolina is.
Oh, one thing on that, dude. Whatever the hell that red burgundy, it was so many more South Carolina fans at the game than
Bro,
North Carolina fans.
it's an hour and a half away to South Carolina's campus, and then it's like 2.5 hours away to North Carolina's campus. So it's easy to pack that stuff out, man. And I live, for those who don't know, I actually live across the border in South Carolina. So I wasn't even used to it. So I see all this stuff that says Carolina. I'm like, yeah, go Hills. They're like, nah, that's the wrong one. As soon as you cross the border, everything is South Carolina. It's crazy. And those fans, like, they are about that Gamecock life. I wasn't used to that, but it's closer. So
Bro, those college kids are savages, man, talking junk, bro. It was like, bro, it's like, damn, bro, y'all chill out, man. It's just a football game. Goodness.
I gotta be careful what I say down here, man. I'm not trying to give any South Carolina slander going on. They take it serious.
Yeah, they do. They wild. So yeah, man. So the conference realignment is just crazy, and then of course the teams going USC and UCLA going to the Big Ten. That's wild too. But I'm just excited for more great matchups.
Those big time matchups. I mean,
yeah,
have USC and Ohio State
on the reg, like every other year.
That's gonna be insane. I understand why. Even like Texas, the Texas matchup, Texas and Penn State on a regular. So those are big time. I know how much.
No, Texas is going to the SEC. Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC.
See, this is got me thrown off so
much. Hold on. That's crazy. Texas in the SEC West is just nuts, bro. It's like, what are y'all doing?
Yeah. I gotta put a whole map together by whoever's going where now, because all the conferences have completely realigned. So you're right. Texas, my bad, y'all. Texas is in the SEC, which actually makes sense on one of these moves. That's like the first time one of these moves has actually made sense.
Yeah, because they're like somewhat of a southern state, and it just
Texas
it fits, bro. Or they're gonna have next you're gonna have the University of Tokyo playing Florida State or something, bro. Like what?
I mean, I wouldn't put it out. We wouldn't put it past anything happening now in college sports.
But yeah. So speaking of Texas, Texas and Alabama play this Saturday. That's the big showdown on Saturday.
Who you got? First big game without Bryce.
What do they do in Texas? I'm gonna tell you, is that what they be doing, or no? They be like this.
Yeah, that's what it is. Double sign, bro.
Or what? Hold on, I'm gonna do this real quick.
Yeah.
Horns down. I'm taking Bama in this one.
Taking Bama.
They came close, but there's just something Texas is missing, bro. They can get the players, they get the recruits. They're in there trying to buy a championship, but I'm not sold on that quarterback.
Where they playing at? They're playing at Bama. Oh yeah, they're playing at Bama. I'm picking Bama.
Yeah. So horns down, guys. I was a horns down.
I mean, it should be a good game. Should be a close game, but Bama at home. It's still Nick Saban.
Still Nick Saban. And they've underachieved in Alabama standards the past couple seasons. I mean, well, they went to the championship game. I mean, I know they expect to win, but going there is just like it's not as near as good as winning. But that's like, okay, you're there. And then last year they didn't even make it to the playoffs.
Your dogs took them out, bro.
Yes, sir. It's about time, bro. Bro, it was like, bro, every SEC school is a rivalry with one another, especially like the bigger programs. Florida, oh my gosh, South Carolina, Tennessee, all of them. But just Bama, man, they just ruined every chance we had. SEC championship game, national championship game. They were winning, dude. It's just so the hate for them was just real. I remember what was it? It's when we had Gurley. We had our team set. We were strapped up. It was raining on a Saturday, and everybody was just so hopeful. Like, yeah, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be a great game. Blah blah blah. And Bama came behind the hedges and just spanked us, bro. It was like a 20-something point beat down. Raining too, bro, on the home turf. That was just. The championship game was a bad loss, and the SEC championship games were bad, but that one right there just that one really hurt.
It seems like when y'all finally got over everything, and now the momentum is like really in your favor. Recruiting has been great for you guys for the last 5-6 years, honestly. And finally, since y'all won your first national championship, it's like now Georgia's almost like the new Alabama. It's crazy. I'm not even going to say I'm picking them to three-peat, but they're probably the first team in a while that you can actually see that happening.
Mm-hmm.
So they got enough talent. And Stetson Bennett balled out the last few years, but their quarterback now is actually looking better than Stetson was.
He's looking solid. Now Bennett, I mean, he came clutch. That was the one thing Bennett had. He was clutch. He executed in game time and clutch situations. So that's what I want to see from Carson Beck. Of course, I want us to blow out every team in every game. That's cool too. But it would be nice to see Carson Beck, really execute late in the stretch to get the win.
So Stetson Bennett, I will say this real quick. I'm proud of dude because even getting drafted into the NFL, he's actually played pretty well in preseason. Mm-hmm. So they were all talking about how like he was a walk-on at Georgia, worked his way into like the Heisman conversation, and now that he's a pro, he's actually showing that he was a talented quarterback. So good for him.
Oh yeah, he's a dog. All right, cool. All right, man. Yeah, college football week 2 is upon us, guys. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And let's move on to some hoops real quick. So not motivated me, inspired or whatever. You put me onto the FIBA basketball universe.
Yes.
More so to say. So Sunday morning, I woke up, I looked on my ESPN Plus. I'm like, oh, USA playing. Oh, Canada's playing. All right, let's just give it a look. Hold on, they're down. They're losing by 9 points. So I'm watching this game. I know it's not the tier 1 players in the NBA, but it's like the tier 2 and 3 guys, and maybe some bench.
It's the young cats. It's the young cats too.
However, I'm assuming they have vastly much more talent than the international teams we were playing, and we're losing. I'm just like, what? I get it, but still, for me, the expectations for these guys representing the U.S. is just still up to here. Now, is that too much or?
All right, so talent level, United States is top tier, but internationally they bridge the gap a lot more. If you look at the top 5 players in the NBA right now, they're all international players, right? They're all international players. It's the first time ever in history that the league is dominated by international players. Another thing, and people don't think about is so this team was put together by Grant Hill and Steve Kerr like a year ago. And they finally came together this summer in practice. The national teams for every other country, they play together every summer. So there's the camaraderie, it's trying to build chemistry and all that stuff. And a team like Lithuania, who's had guys been playing together for like 10, 11 years, is going to be very different from having a team of young NBA players that have only been playing together for a few months. So not making excuses because USA shouldn't lose. But
Right.
there's still a level of chemistry that international teams have that NBA doesn't have.
Okay. You were watching the one game. You said they didn't have any interior defense. Who was it? Lithuania? They were playing Sunday morning.
Yo, Lithuania was bullying them.
And they have Valanciunas on that team, right?
Yes, Valanciunas was beast mode on people. And not to say that Team USA doesn't have any bigs, they do, but they're smaller. They're like the stretch fives, you know.
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby Portis and Jaren Jackson, who's defensive player of the year, but he's also like thin, you know. And so those guys were like roughing them up on the interior. So I'm looking at the score right now. Team USA is working. Italy is 86-51 right now. And so, I mean, it's a good bounce back game. But I do want to say Anthony Edwards has been killing. So even in the last game when they lost, he still had 35. So if they lose, it's not because of Ant-Man balling out. So one of your dogs.
Yes, sir. He did come from Georgia. Yeah, but what I was seeing from Sunday, it just looked like sloppy play. Like you said, the chemistry and everything, and not being so much together and used to playing with each other as opposed to other international teams that do play with one another. Those guys can shoot, bro. It's like all of them can shoot.
Yeah, everybody on the team can shoot. Those the corner threes that they were hitting, and they weren't even wide open corner threes. So the international game is a little different. The 3-point line is a little different. The rules are a little different, and so the NBA players just have to get used to coming out and knowing every night is going to be a challenge, and they can't just lay down just because they have those that red, white, and blue across their chest. So, I mean, I'm just looking. Lithuania just got beat today.
Who they lost to?
Serbia.
Serbia. Okay. Yeah. Anybody from an NBA play on Serbia or?
There's a couple of.
Or who is from Serbia?
What's that?
Bogdanovic. I was saying who from Serbia has played in NBA, like somebody we would know.
Bogdanovic. From I think he plays for the Hawks. And then they got a couple guys. They got a guy, Jovic. Plays for Miami, who's actually. Hold
on, isn't his name like Nikola Jokic? Doesn't he got like the same name, but it's different?
The same name.
Okay, I remember him.
But he is actually one of the top European prospects that they have right now. So they're projecting his growth and development to turn into like another top 20 NBA player. He's like 19. He's like 20 years old now. So he's another prospect who's balling out. So we'll probably see him in the next 5 years turn into something crazy too, just like all these other European players tend to do right now. So
Okay. But one thing, I was telling Jay, my roommate, one of my other co-hosts on We the Champs, y'all
yeah,
gonna see him shortly. So I'm talking about it. I'm like, yeah, man, USA losing, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, man, that's because all the big dogs ain't playing. LeBron, Curry, KD. And I'm like,
yeah,
bro, in actuality, those guys played, those are the best players in the league, and they're all winners. You know what I mean? They won in the league. So I'm processing like it wouldn't be fair if they played. And I feel like it definitely gives us better parity watching the younger stars play in the FIBA World Cup. Because it's like, all right, we're expecting them to win, but we're gonna actually get a show. We're not just gonna see
right.
we're not gonna just see dominance. We're getting a show from our young stars, and it just makes it better. It makes it better to watch, I feel like. Unless you just want to see it get the FIBA World Cup get dominated.
Well, most of the time it's going to be a dominant performance until the NBA, like the Team USA plays one of the top teams like Spain. Even now, Canada, until they play like trash.
They played a close on Sunday.
Yeah, did they win?
Canada won. Canada won. They won by like 2 points or something.
Okay. They've lost one game so far in this tournament, but the real talent level and talent gaps have really like closed in. So even with the Redeem team and the teams that had the great Kobe Bryant on there, they still had a couple of close games just because the talent level is so much closer than it was in years before. And they've been playing together. Those guys go pro in Europe and Asia at like 16.
Yeah.
So
I just remember when I first learned that they were talking about Ricky Rubio.
Yeah, Ricky
it's
Rubio.
Like, yeah, man, he been playing with all them. He been playing with grown men since he was like 14, 15. I'm thinking, what?
He was killing Jason Kidd in the Redeem Team Olympics. He was killing Jason Kidd, and he was 17. 17, killing Hall of Fame players. Like he was giving it work.
And then another thing that really had me. Jay mentioned this. Now with the FIBA tournament, how does this work? Is it just how many losses do you have for the tournament?
So now
the structure.
The first structure is like you have to win your division basically, and then you move on to the second round, and then is you lose and you're out. So now Team USA can't lose. So they had one loss.
It's double elimination.
A single elimination now.
Okay, all right, and that's another factor. Now we're looking at this. Now we're talking about the talent disparity. You think of like in a series, like a 5-game or 7-game series.
Yeah,
with these. Yeah, exactly. But it's more like a March Madness type tournament style. It's like, hey, bro, you lose, you out of there. So right. I feel like that even creates more parity. I've been preaching for the NBA playoffs to do a 3-game first round.
You know why they're not doing that?
Because they're making money. Because they're making money. That'll never happen.
Yeah, but that's the reason why they have the play-in tournament now.
Mm-hmm.
So the play-in kind of is the closest thing that we're probably going to get to that, and that's weird in-season tournament that we'll end up talking about later on down the line, because there's a lot to impact to compact with the in-season tournament that the NBA is going to start this season. It's going to be the first time, because they're trying to actually have stuff mirror what they have going on in Europe. Because if people don't know, European basketball, they have so many in-season tournaments, like different cups and all that.
Yeah, it's just like with soccer, bro. Like I'm like, every time I'm watching soccer, it's like, oh, the championship right here, and I'm like, bro, what? Didn't they just have one? Like, there's another championship, bro. Like, what's going on? But that's dope. I'm excited about that. So one fun fact about the play-in, the play-in is its own realm of basketball. It's not the regular season or the postseason.
Right.
It's the play-in, which I think is weird. But yeah.
Hopefully, you know what I would like to see one day? If the NBA is trying to be more international, say we do like the Champions League and all that stuff, when they have Euro League and they have the other leagues, they end up playing each other for the Champions League. Why doesn't the NBA end up playing like the number one team?
Bro, that would be sick.
So, like,
oh my gosh.
The NBA champion should go ahead and play the number one team in like whatever Eastern Europe's league is. They play them, and then they win.
Why hasn't that been a thing, bro? That's like,
I don't know. That sounds like money, right?
That sounds like money, bro.
That sounds
that sounds like everything.
Yeah. You could play the number one team in Asia. You play like the Shanghai Giants end up playing the Nuggets because they were talking trash. They were like, okay, so why is the NBA champion called the world champion? Excuse me. So let's just make it happen. So let that NBA champion end up playing whoever's the champion for each country or each continent. So in that way, we can have it set in stone that this team is the world champion. Maybe cut down NBA season to like 60 games.
Yeah, man, cut that. Wow.
cut it down to 60 games, bro, and then you play for the actual world champion.
Yo, that'll be sick.
Like that sounds like some money.
Sounds like TV.
Yeah.
All right. Shoot, man. But yeah, so who's USA beating the hell out of Italy right now?
Italy.
All right, man. We're banking on that Canada-USA matchup right now.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I need USA to give Canada some work.
Okay.
Canada, that's not going to be a given. Canada has Slovenia to the next game, and everybody knows who Slovenia has.
Oh, they got that dude. He gonna try to murder Canada.
Bro.
He will murder Canada. He will murder Canada.
You're gonna have that's gonna be a crazy matchup because you're gonna have Luka versus Shea Gilgeous, SGA, and Luka Magic.
Hold on. So when will this game be?
That's tomorrow.
Oh, what time?
8:30 in the morning.
Damn.
I think I'm gonna be at work, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Me too. It's on ESPN Plus, right? It should be.
Yeah, it's on ESPN Plus.
Okay, I'm gonna make that shake. Shake.
I gotta watch that. Yeah, so Luka versus SGA tomorrow. That's a crazy matchup. Crazy.
All right.
Let's see how many times Dylan Brooks gets. Nah, I just went. Shout out to Dylan Brooks, man. I'm glad he got his bag. Dylan Brooks got his bag.
Yeah, Houston picked him up, man.
Nah, man, for real. Like he is the light skin Ron Artest.
You know what? I was thinking about him the other day. Like I said, he bit off more than he could chew. Or I mean, actually he can chew it, but more than spectators would take from him. However, this guy comes to show up every game in the regular season to play and play hard. So I give him props on that.
I know, man. Like it could be a lot worse. He's a competitor. He competes. I don't like how brash he is for his team. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he puts like a lot of pressure on his other teammates, but at least like he is confident in himself. So I cannot really hate on that.
All right.
I still think Luka's going to give him some work, though.
Oh, yeah, he's going to kill him. All right. Now it's time to jump into it, man. You know what's coming up this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Setting off on Thursday night, the NFL, baby. It's back. It's back. The Premier League of the United States of America. United States of America. All right, so,
Sounds like you've been hanging out with Jerry Jones, man.
Hey, man, if he gives me a nice contract, I'm going to hang out with Jerry every week. All right. So yeah, man, you know what's up. Question right off the top: Thursday night football, Lions, Chiefs. Who you got? Who you taking?
The Chiefs, man.
The Chiefs.
All right, so I know everybody. I know Detroit, highly improved, played great down the stretch last year. They're running through walls for their coach. They're going to be a solid team this year. But I'm taking Pat Mahomes, homie.
Taking my homeboy.
Yeah, my
Sa-
homeboy.
Same. I'm taking them to get the W week 1 football. All right, man. And just a few topics here. Aaron Rodgers and the Jets. Have you looked at their starting schedule for the year?
I mean, I haven't looked at their starting schedule. I still know that they're in the AFC East, so regardless, it's going to be hard as hell.
They start off in damn purgatory for the season. Next Monday, it's a Monday night game. Yes, Lord. They play the Bills.
Mm.
Then,
I'm picking the Jets.
You picking the Jets?
I'm picking the Jets.
They go through the gauntlet, man. Damn. They play the Bills. Then they play the Cowboys.
Them boys.
Then they play the Patriots. Then the Chiefs.
Oof.
Then they got to play the Broncos. After all that trash, well, that's really on the – no, this game's really on the Broncos' head.
Yeah, let Sean Payton run his mouth. So –
Oh yeah. So yeah. They
got the Eagles. Ooh.
The Eagles. Then the Giants.
Yeah.
Then the Chargers. Then it lets up a little bit. Then the Bills and Jets back to back. Falcons, Texans, then the Dolphins, Commanders. Yeah, so they have a tough slate after those first 8 weeks.
They got a tough slate. I am not a huge Aaron Rodgers fan.
Mm-hmm.
But I recognize that he is an amazing quarterback. So I honestly think they'll make the playoffs this year. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl. I really don't think they will.
Nah, I don't think so either.
But I think that they're going to win a lot of games. Having a good quarterback goes a long way. Everybody knows that. There's a difference between having Jalen Hurts. Look at the Eagles. Having Jalen Hurts or having Brock Purdy not being able to throw the football. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So a good quarterback goes a long way.
That makes a hell of a difference. Yeah, and that defense is stacked, boy. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, his arrival is just, that's the hot topic, but it's just that being talked about is just overshadowing the Jets defense.
Their pass rush is amazing.
Pass rush, secondary with Sauce Gardner, CJ Mosley at the linebacker position, Quentin Williams, man, dude, oh man.
And so even their offense before they had Aaron Rodgers, if that boy could have thrown in the ball, they would have been on point.
If he would have just not screwed, the Matt White guy came and played. He came and played decent, but that's what backups do. They give you a few decent games, then teams get filmed, and it's like, all right, let's knock this down to earth.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if Zach Wilson would have just kept them in games, then we would have been talking about a whole another Jet season from last year. But now we get Rodgers, one of the greatest.
Yeah, so they don't have any excuses this year. So I would like to think that they're going to be one of the top teams in the AFC. It's hard in that division, but I don't know. You can just pull a name out of a hat to see who's going to win that division between the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
It's tough. I'm taking the Bills on that one just because.
You taking the Bills?
Until somebody shows me otherwise, I have to take the Bills.
I'm gonna throw a curveball. I'm taking Miami.
I knew you was about to say Miami.
Miami,
okay.
I'm taking Miami.
All right.
Not just because I love that city, but
Okay. And I got a few questions for you here. So we're going to be making our predictions.
All
Just some
right.
predictions for the season. All right. So let me mark this 45. All right. Darnell, our predictions for the year. Who do you have winning the MVP of the 2023 season?
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts.
I got Jalen Hurts. I got him playing the whole season this year, not getting hurt. If he wouldn't have got that injury, he would have won MVP. So I think he'll have another solid year. It's hard for me to pick over Pat Mahomes, but he's starting to do like Michael Jordan, and everybody knows like
he's losing narrative.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna lose the vote anyway. So I'm gonna go with Jalen Hurts.
I'm gonna go a little different here.
All right.
There's one guy, man, that he's tight, but I'm just like, I'm just not fully on. I couldn't get on the hype. Well, I feel the hype train, but I couldn't get on the bandwagon, and that's Joe Burrow of the Cincinnati Bengals, man. I just feel like
I love Joe Burrow.
I don't dislike him. I'm just not like Joe Burrow. You know, he's not one of my favorite guys. You know what I'm saying? I love Mahomes and Hurts and all of them, but just coming up short last season, and you know his cool, calm demeanor. I really feel like he's going to have a really big year. Now he's playing in that division, but I'm gonna say Joe Burrow for MVP. I see just crazy ass numbers being put up, and with an improved offensive line,
yeah,
definitely.
Hopefully he recovers from that hamstring injury and he's like 100%. But I mean, that's not a bad pick, man. It's easy. It's easy to see him coming out as the MVP this year. So what we're going on to next, nephew?
All right. Defensive player of the year. Last year's winner was
Bosa.
Bosa? Okay, Bosa. Chris Jones came up short. Roquan came up short. Who do you have winning defensive player of the year for this season?
I got TJ Watt winning his second. I think that Pittsburgh actually looking great on offense so far. Is going to take some of that pressure off the defense. And TJ actually balled out last year too. So I think Pittsburgh actually winning games will help like put the spotlight back on TJ. He's going to have another big year.
Okay.
Who you got?
My pick. It's just in my head. I didn't want to pick it, but I'm gonna say Michael Parsons.
I knew you was picking a Cowboy.
Man,
nobody feels good about picking a Cowboy.
Like Parsons is amazing. His speed as a pass rusher is just phenomenal. It's crazy. You can be over here. It's phenomenal. And that Cowboys defense, it's only gonna make him look better. I'm in the Madden League. I played the Cowboys. Bro, they're just so fast on defense that oh my gosh. So I'm picking Michael Parsons here. I think this is his year. I feel like he'll have a stupid number of sacks. I can see him getting 20, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, and just making plays. Like I said, this defense is just going to make the game so much easier for him.
All right. I can see it. I can see that happening too. I mean, he's easily top 2-3 defensive players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Just depends on what kind of year they're gonna have down there in Dallas and Big D. We're going on to next.
Next, we're going on to offensive rookie of the year.
Offensive rookie of the year. It would be nice to say my hometown boy.
I know, right?
But it's hard for me to go against Bijan. Bijan Robinson is gonna get.
I second that.
Touches.
He's gonna get that.
He's gonna be featured. Like it's gonna be hard not to go that way with Bijan Robinson. And he's a running back.
I see Bijan like Saquon Barkley, and the narrative's going to be there. You know, if the Falcons are knocking on a playoff window, which I don't think is going to happen, but if they are, you know, knocking on that door, Bijan leading the rushing attack, the highlights, it's all going to be there. The highlights are going to just overshadow everything.
And they got a young quarterback. So if you got a young quarterback, what's the safest thing they can do is hand the ball off. Our running back who's going to be catching out the backfield, who's going to make all the runs, who can block, who can do everything. So, I mean, it's there for him to take it. So,
All right. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be putting those positions in Houston. Their defense is probably going to be on the field a lot, having CJ Stroud out there.
That's just going to give him opportunities to get more sacks.
Yeah, it really is. It is. And he tackles well. He's gonna make the sacks. He's gonna make the big splash plays. He'll probably be the next great linebacker in the NFL. So. Just being on the team where he'll have the spotlight on him. So I'm going Will Anderson. What about you, nephew?
Jalen Carter.
Man, it's biased, man.
Hey, look, man, I had to. I shot
2 levels.
Say what?
I said you're biased with him on 2 levels. The Jalen bias and the Bulldog bias.
Oh, come on, man. So. I mean, the guy's a freak.
Yes.
I mean, I think he was in the Heisman race last year.
Yes.
Like as a D tackle, bro. What? Last guy I remember doing that was the Dominican Sue, or it might have been Jordan Davis too. His teammate on that defensive line in the Eagles, or they call them the Philadelphia Bulldogs. And going into the draft before the talk about the car incident and everything, he was the number 1 player ranked on a lot of draft boards. So I see that going in there. And then the defense around him, the players he has around him, they're just same thing with Micah Parsons. They're just going to make it a lot easier for him. It's going to be disruptive, and we're going to see some crazy plays from Jalen Carter on that D-line.
But only thing I'm going to say about that, and don't get me wrong, is he has so much talent around him. Is that going to overshadow him?
It could. Or it could. That is a thing. Or it could, yeah. It could highlight him, or, like this sack right here. Oh, damn. Oh, my bad. Yeah. Sorry, hey, bro, you was almost there, bro.
That line is so good. It's different. That's the only thing. I think he's going to have a great year in a great career. I understand. Well, name 3 other people on defense for the Houston Texans.
Stingley. Oh, is that the cornerback? Darrell Stingley.
Yeah.
Yeah, Derek Stingley. Derek Stingley.
You see what my point is, right?
Yeah. Look, I could name the whole Philadelphia Eagles defense.
That's what I'm saying.
The Texans.
Their defense is crazy. So that's the only thing. That's the only thing.
All right. Gonzalez is he's a candidate too up there in New England. Who else? Emmanuel Forbes. Where the hell did he get drafted to? The Seahawks, I believe.
Let's see.
Or did he go to – no, he went to the Commanders. Oh, Devin Witherspoon. That's the kid that went to the Seahawks. They took him number 5. Yeah, he went to the Seahawks.
I mean, there's a lot of good young defensive players. It'll be interesting to see how everybody plays this year. It's going to be exciting to watch your boys, your Philadelphia Bulldogs, man. Since they
yes, sir.
So you got everybody on that squad.
They got everybody. All right.
What you think about offensive player of the year?
What's that? Oh, offensive player of the year. Yes.
Who you got?
Offensive player of the year. Damn. That's a tough one. I honestly didn't think too much into that one.
I'm going Tyreek.
Tyreek Hill?
I'm going Tyreek Hill.
Because it was like, I mean, if Justin Jefferson wasn't there, he would have taken that title for sure.
Yeah. I'm going Tyreek Hill this year.
He put up stupid numbers too.
He did too. I think if Tua, I think they're gonna keep Tua upright. I think Tua's gonna stay healthy. So if Tua's the one throwing Tyreek the ball, then he's gonna put up crazy numbers again this year. And their offense is even better than it was last year. So let's go. The team that I'm actually picking to win the AFC East. So Tyreek Hill is gonna have a lot to do with that.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, cool. All right, offensive player of the year. Can I give this to a quarterback?
Usually quarterbacks win MVPs.
And they give it to a offensive player, man. I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. Offensive player of the year.
Why don't you go with
we'll go with Austin Eckler.
That's
we'll go with wild card here. Yeah, I'm gonna do a wild card here. Austin Eckler.
He just or Chase or something.
No, I'm going with Eckler. He getting that contract money. He's been a consistent beast of a back, and look, he's going to bring it back to him. So I see him having 1,000 kind of year.
Okay. All right.
1,000 kind of season. All right. Comeback player of the year.
Oh, let's see. I gotta think about it. I gotta think about that.
There's two players who come to mind who have the narrative on their side big time.
My man from my man from the Rams.
Stafford?
Oh man, Stafford ain't coming back.
Cup. Okay.
Who else you got?
There's Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers.
You got Russell. All right, Aaron Rodgers. I can see that.
I don't know. But I'm saying those two are like really set up for it. Like in general, they're set up for it. You know.
Yeah.
I'm still not bought into Russell Wilson, dude. I don't care. Sean Payton, John Clayton. Say I'm hating. I just can't buy into Russell Wilson for some reason.
I understand why, because I can't either. It's hard for me to see it, man. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if the Monstars came down and put the football out to him and stole his football playing abilities or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't see Russ cooking like he used to. I think
because it's like you can see that. Like I could, if it was a young player, okay, I'm like, all right, cool. This wasn't working around him, so I'll give the young player, talented player, that, and they have so much more time to build. But Russ is 34, a vet, been in the league for 11 years, and play like that, nah, man. I don't see it. Because that was bad, bro. That was bad.
That was bad.
That shit was bad.
So with Russ, I think he will have a decent year. I think that he will play like an average quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I hope. I hope the brother plays like at least an average quarterback. Not going back to him having, because people sleep on it. When he was in Seattle, he was playing like a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So
and then it's like he played his best in the biggest moments. Fourth quarter come, like he'd have like 100 yards, 12 completions going into the fourth quarter. Then the fourth quarter he'd just erupt, just making magic. Going downfield, just hey.
Not even doing it with his legs. It was always with his arms too. Like just balling out. He might make a little run here and there, but really just making the right plays with his arm. Last year, man, his arm looked like garbage.
Like that shit was
So,
It's like, bro, the dirt balls, it was bad.
so again, I hope he bounces back. Like I don't like seeing greats go out like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And Russell was a great black quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to see the quarterbacks go out. And then that narrative will be like, yo, you had Cam start looking rough, and then you had Russell start looking rough. So we need to make sure these brothers start holding it together longer towards the end of their careers, where they can just actually bow out on top. Like
Right.
Brady was in the league for 20 years and he didn't look like Russell did last year. So,
No.
So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, maybe you're right. Hopefully, Russell is the bounce back player of the year. But
right.
I don't see that, man.
Me neither. So I'm going Rodgers, man. The hype, that's why I'm going Rodgers. It's because the hype is going to be behind him, and but I mean, let somebody come out of the woodwork like Geno Smith, bro. Like, like nobody, like who would have predicted? Who the hell would have predicted Geno Smith to be comeback player of the year?
Yeah.
But we kept making a joke about that, saying like, bro, he just getting there. He never came back.
Geno, good for him, man. And he got his bag this year, so he played himself into some money.
All right. Okay, and we're going to wrap this up right here, man. There's so many win totals to go over, division champions to go over, but we're going to cut.
All right.
What am I trying to say? Cut clear to the chase. Cut to the chase. Chopping over the bushes. Hey, tell your landscapers to chop down these bushes, bro.
Oh,
who you got in the NFL 2023-24 season Super Bowl, Darnell? And tell me your winner.
I'm going Philadelphia Eagles, Cincinnati Bengals, and those Eagles are going to be flying high. I think Jalen Hurts comes back and actually wins it. It doesn't make me feel good to have Cincinnati losing again, but hey, I think the Eagles are going to come back.
All right.
What you got?
I got mine is slightly different.
All right.
What's crazy is the same outcome. You got the Philadelphia Eagles in a rematch against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right.
Folks want to see stuff different, bro. I just don't see it being any different. Because it's like, who the hell is going to stop Philly in the NFC? And people keep coming up with scenarios to where it happens. I just don't see it happen.
It's hard to see it. And I don't see the Cowboys doing it.
No. 49ers, maybe. But if we still have to see Purdy.
That's the only thing. If Purdy's healed up, I can see them doing it. But that's about it. Only two other teams, like Dallas, you said Dallas and San Francisco, the only two teams I can see doing it. And then AFC, man, there's all kinds of outcomes that you can have.
Because there's so many good quarterbacks over there.
It's still funny, man. Nobody's picking Buffalo, and I'm still not going to pick Buffalo. So we'll probably have to talk about that soon, man. I think they're getting on the tail end of this run for the Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen being that guy that's going to lead them to a Super Bowl. I mean, he's still young. I don't see him doing it.
So in the realness, we see the Kansas City Chiefs like dominating over the next decade or so. And so we know Mahomes is always going to be there, but who in the AFC, like, you know how there was like, Manning, he came in, got his trophy. Breeze, he got his trophy. Yeah. And then those guys like Rivers and who else was even Eli got his trophy. Who do you see in the AFC out of all those quarterbacks getting their trophy within the next 10 years, and who do you see not getting their trophy?
Burrow's going to get one. Burrow's going to at least get one.
Well, Burrow, one of the guys, all right, one of them was going to mess around, get two, and one of them was going to get one. Then the other guys are just asked out.
Yeah. Okay. I would say Burrow at least would get 2 over the next
2.
I could see Burrow getting 2.
It almost seems like Josh won't get one, bro, for some reason.
Because Trevor Lawrence is getting better. I'm just
Trevor.
Trevor's getting better. So you gotta look at it like this, man. Like other teams around him are improving, and then I'm not saying that they're getting worse, they're just staying the same. They're staying the same while everybody else is improving. And he's staying the same. He's staying the same quarterback who's making the same mistakes in the playoffs. When Joe Burrow lost, that wasn't on Joe Burrow.
Right.
When Josh Allen has lost, it's been on Josh. So that's all I'm saying. And he ain't scared of Pat.
No.
He ain't scared of Pat.
Yeah, so like you said, there's Lawrence, or even Herbert, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them can have just a spectacular playoff run where everything's hitting right. It's just don't see it with the Bills. I mean, I'd like to see all those guys win the trophy, but man, we already know that's not reality.
They're all great quarterbacks.
Lamar,
yeah. So I don't know. I just don't. It's hard for me to see Josh Allen being that guy. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, starting this week coming up, what's going to happen?
Yes, sir.
In the season.
All right, guys. That about wraps it up of this NFL college football Fiba basketball segment of We the Champs. We're gonna have more for you later this week and next week. It's gonna be every week. You're gonna see these faces. Yes, but like, subscribe, share. We the Champs. We out, y'all. Thank you.